or the midterms and the Trump economy. President Trump making his final push for votes, hitting 3 states yesterday, touting his record on jobs.
We've got to stop Brian Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi from erasing everything that we've gained. Our economy is setting records on a daily basis. We need to keep this jobs boom going. We need to keep our country going the way it is. There has never been a better time for the American worker.
Joining us right now is Ed Rensi. He is former McDonald's USA CEO, former Famous Dave's CEO, and Fat Brands chairman. Good to see you, Ed. Thanks very much for joining us. So from a business standpoint, you're a business guy. What do you want to see in terms of seeing this good economic backdrop continue based on the midterms?
Well, I'm excited. Trump has done everything that I expected him to do. This economy is on fire, and jobs are being created. I'm seeing people go back to work that haven't worked in 10 years because they couldn't find a job. I think it's exciting. I hope that we keep this up. I live in Florida, and I hope this guy doesn't raise the income tax down here, because it's the only reason I came down here is to get away from taxes.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I mean, what happened to Florida? I mean, did you get an influx of people from liberal states? That's what we've been talking about. You're there. We're watching the governor's race and how tightly contested it is. Ron DeSantis joined me on Sunday Morning Futures this weekend, and here's what he said about his policy versus Andrew Gillum's.
I think the reason why we've been able to mobilize Republicans so much is precisely because of the contrast you talked about. People understand what has made Florida successful. We have had limited government. We have had a pro-business climate and a low-tax environment. That allows us to drive investment from higher tax states. Andrew Gillum wants a 40% tax increase. That'll kill jobs, cause businesses to leave, and it'll stop the historic flow of investment coming into Florida. It would be a big mistake, and I think Republican voters in particular realize that. That's why they're coming out in droves.
And by the way, we invited Andrew Gillum on the show, but he did not respond. But you said Floridians get it. Do they? Then why is the race so tight?
Well, you know, they may be coming from liberal states. I came from Chicago down here, but that doesn't make me a liberal. People are disgusted with the socialism that's been creeping into our society for a very long time. We need jobs. We need commerce, because the free enterprise system is a great liberator of mankind. That's why everybody's trying to come to the United States and not going to other countries.
But, Carl, answer that, though. Why would somebody move to Florida because of the very conservative policies, limited government, and then vote for bigger government, vote for higher taxes? In an economy that has done exceptionally well, that's really rebounded from the 2008 collapse.
People move to Florida both because of the tax situation, lower taxes, but they also move there because the weather in southeast Florida is a lot better than it is in New York and New Jersey in the winter. And so you have people who move there to retire, who came from modest backgrounds, were Democrats when they were in New York, and Democrats when they lived in Connecticut, and Democrats when they lived in Massachusetts and New Jersey, and they are still Democrats when they show up in southeast Florida.
Ed, can you talk about what's changed on the job market front since the president was elected? What would you say have been the big drivers that have kept the job market going, and how has that changed from the Obama presidency?
Well, I had dinner last night with a young lady that's a head of human resources for a company here in Florida. They just hired 150 people. They supply windows in the housing market, and the housing market's going up. People are buying new houses. Everything about the economy has given people confidence. People have confidence now that the investments they make are going to pay off. I see it in McDonald's, where they're remodeling restaurants like crazy. I think that there's a confidence level. The tax refund, the tax change that Trump did, I think is really important, because people want to keep more of their own money. And I think that resonates very quickly on the household budget. You know, college is going up, food's going up, everything's going up. And if you can keep some of your own money, that's helpful.
Yeah.
I think it's all the above.
You mentioned McDonald's. How about this Kanye West story? He is backing your old company, McDonald's. He tweeted Sunday, "McDonald's is my favorite restaurant." And McDonald's rival, Burger King, is answering back. Burger King UK's account tweets this, "Explains a lot." Wow. Ed, that response is going viral this morning. Your reaction?
Well, I don't much care what anybody in Great Britain has to say about McDonald's or Burger King. Kanye West is a very bright man. He's very socially aware. He knows what's going on in the community. And by the way, McDonald's hit $90 billion in sales. And if you add Wendy's and Burger King together, they don't get close to that. So my stock is looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy.
All right, final prediction before you go, Ed. Who wins governorship of Florida, you think?
I think DeSantis is going to win.
You do, huh? Ed, good to see you. We'll be watching.
I do.
Thank you so much. Ed Rensi joining us there in Florida.